Hey guys, and welcome back to my unprofessional kitchen. And my kitchen is a mess. If you can see, everything's a mess. We're in the process of moving. Let's get into the video. Okay, so today I'm making freaking fried chicken. But it's not chicken because we are eating a more plant-based lifestyle. Actually, we're eating mostly plant-based. But I love fried chicken, and I'm not gonna deny that, okay? I love it. And so I have scoured the internet, mostly YouTube, watched a ton of videos on how to make this with tofu. And no, I don't eat a lot of tofu. I think I made it once when I was vegan a couple years ago, and it sucked. I hated it, and I never really ate it again. I do put silken tofu sometimes in desserts, and I'm putting it in my smoothies right now because silken tofu, like tofu doesn't really have a taste to it, and silken tofu is really smooth. Anyways, this is extra firm tofu, and I froze it, then thawed it, and then took most of the water out, then froze it again, mostly, for about 6 hours today, took it out, drained most of the water, and then seasoned it pretty heavily with salt. Because if you haven't had tofu before, tofu does not really have a flavor whatsoever. It pretty much just takes on the flavor of what you season it with or cook it in. But it is high in protein. It is very good for you. And so anyways, I seasoned it with salt to draw out kind of the last remaining moisture and also just to give it a little bit of flavor. So I have my vegetable oil heating up on the stove here. I don't fry things very often because I hate the smell that it makes in my house. It's very wasteful, like the oil, I don't know how to get rid of it. And, you know, it's unhealthy, but I really want to see if this tastes good. So this isn't going to be like a recipe video because, you know me, actually, I don't know if you do, but I do not follow recipes whatsoever. So I've watched a ton of videos. I've kind of made my own recipe, you know, from those videos, and we're just going to see how it goes. So I'm not going to do a recipe. I'm not going to tell you really what's in it. Well, I'll tell you what's in it, but I'm not going to give you the measurements and everything because I don't know, this could be shit, okay? So what we got here is this is 1 block of tofu. And by the way, tofu is hella cheap. 1 block of tofu is like $3 or something. Okay, and then we got our flour mixture. This is actually half flour, half cornstarch. Apparently cornstarch makes things really crispy when they're fried. And then there's a bunch of seasonings in here. There's quite a bit of salt because I'm just worried that this isn't gonna have like, the tofu is not gonna really have any flavor. I haven't marinated it, so I'm just worried that like it's not really gonna have a lot of taste. So I put kind of a lot of salt in it, more than I usually do. I put some pepper in here. I put some mustard, ground mustard, quite a bit of garlic, and paprika. I always put paprika, and then a little bit of this sweet chicken seasoning, which pretty much has like chili powder, paprika, salt, whatever. So anyways, so this is kind of like, this is what we're gonna dip the tofu in first, and then drip it in our dredge, which is really actually just almond milk. Hopefully this will work. Gonna dip it into the almond milk and then back into this flour cornstarch mixture, and then it's going to be into the pan to deep fry, okay? So what you're supposed to do is take the tofu and rip it into just like little bite-sized pieces. And oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you, the reason why I froze it, defrosted and froze it again and then defrosted it was that apparently that like kind of changes the texture of the tofu to a more meaty consistency. So if you just take tofu out of the package when you get it, it's soaked in water, and so it's very wet and moist. I'm sorry for people who don't like that word, but so we've kind of taken all the water out of it, so now it's just like the meaty part of the tofu. So that's kind of what it looks like. Again, doesn't really have any taste. I personally don't really eat it that often, but I would like to try too. So yeah, we're gonna break it up into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to dip it in the flour, dip it in the almond milk, dip it back in the flour, and then into the oil once it's ready, and that's really it. So although the freezing and defrosting part of this was kind of tedious, it took like a day, this is pretty quick and easy. So I'm gonna come back when the oil is ready, okay? Okay, so I've done these already, and now we are going to put them in the oil and start to fry them. I only did half of them because if they're not good, I ain't gonna do the rest. So I'm not going to crowd this pan. I'm just going to wait for these to cook a little bit. Should be like a couple minutes on each side until they're brown. All right, we are back. This is what our fried tofu looks like. It actually does look like little fried chicken bits. It does look pretty good. I'm going to taste one by itself, and then I'm going to put a little bit of plum sauce on the rest because, or the other bite, because that's what I would generally eat them. Like I don't know, I'm so nervous, guys. Okay, let's try this. Let's break it open so you can see what it looks like. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like tofu. Let's try it. Okay, so the breading's good. It is. Does it taste like fried chicken? No. This is why I wanted to try it, because I was so curious, because everyone's like, oh my god, it's fried chicken, tofu. I don't taste that. I feel like it's still too mushy to me to be like chicken. Is it a good replacement for fried chicken? Yeah, I think it is. The seasoning tastes good. I'm gonna try it with my plum sauce. It's good with plum sauce. Honestly, you can't really, I feel like when you have a dip, or at least plum sauce, like you can't really, it's kind of masks the texture a little bit. I think I would do something different with the tofu. Like I think I would press it more. I mean, I don't hate it. Obviously, I'm still eating it. It does look, you know, like chicken, popcorn chicken kind of. Like the breading is good. Tofu, like I said, doesn't really have a flavor. I'm still eating it. You know what I'm gonna try is I'm going to put the first layer of flour on the rest of these tofu bits on half the tofu. I think I'm gonna save the tofu for the other half for another night. And then I'm gonna add the liquid into the flour and then dredge it, and then we're gonna fry that and see how that tastes. I'll be back. I feel like I am going to burn myself. So stay tuned for that. I think I'm gonna end up liking these bite-sized chicken pieces or tofu pieces better than the bigger ones. Okay, I'm back with the taste test. So this is what it looks like. It does look significantly different than this first one. Honestly, I think this first one looks a lot better. I hope this doesn't just taste like flour and tofu because, yum. Okay, let's take a little bite of this. Hot, 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 hot. So it looks the same, don't know why I'm showing you. Here we go. That's actually pretty good. Ooh, I think I like this one better, but I did add more seasonings into the flour, so that could be it. You hear that crunch? I swear, once you put a little bit of sauce on it, you can't taste the consistency. I'm like, I don't know if it's just me, but some things that I just can't eat because of the consistency, like raw mushrooms or raw fish. Just the texture of it, can't do it. I'm sure there's other things, but those are what I can think of. So I think like the texture of the tofu is just throwing me off. But if you do put this, it's a little weird. It's from Whoville. If you do put sauce on it, I feel like it just masks the texture. I know that doesn't make sense, but does this taste like chicken? No. Does it taste like something that's been deliciously deep fried? Yes. And you know why? You know why it doesn't taste like chicken? Probably because we didn't add anything to it to actually make it taste like chicken. Like, we didn't add any chicken bouillon or chicken bouillon. I don't know what else is chicken flavored, but and I've seen people do that, but I didn't want to do that because then wouldn't it be like soaking up more water and then kind of like defeat the purpose of the whole like draining all the water out of it, you know what I mean? So if you did it differently somehow and could pack this tofu full of chicken flavor, I think it would make a big difference. I'm still gonna eat it because I got it. Here's my little mayo sauce. Yeah. Tastes fine. Tastes like deep fried goodness. Well, there you have it, folks. You just watched me eat for about 7 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to be honest with you guys in case anyone else out there is plant-based and wanting to try this and have seen all those videos and wanted to know if those people were telling the truth. They may be telling the truth. Maybe they really like it. I'm just saying the flavor is fine. It's just the texture of the tofu, not the best. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me today, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.